Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford CDC, and today we're taking a look at a very special knife here coming from Arc and Iron Knives. The owner of this company, his name is Jordan. He makes these custom fixed blades, and they are pretty cool. So I wanted to show one off here for you. He was nice enough to send me his personal shop model here. It's got a few unique things going on and a few different things than his normal uh, setup for what he sends out when he does make knives. Sorry, as I drop his sticker here, I'm just going to leave this up in the corner. So he does a few things differently when he does ship his knives out, but one of the things that is the same that he does, as I just grab it from the side here, is he throws in a little flight tag strap here with his logo stamped in on the end, which I guess is this way. So you can see the Arc and Iron Knives logo there, stamped in, loaded with compound, really cool. These work really well. This one's unused because this is going to go to somebody else when I'm done with it. So I didn't want to touch his. And also a little bit of candy. There's some gummy bears and some high chews that he threw in there. So some nice little candy there, which was much appreciated. And that's a normal thing that comes out for him. And then this is the Flintlock model. Without further ado, let's unsheath this bad boy. And let's talk about it as I throw the knife. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll put the sheath up there. I'll put the knife down here for a moment. In this case, you're looking at Magna Cut on this particular model with carbon fiber over orange G10. And this is a partial liner model that he did. This has like a skeletonized tang here that the some of the handle materials set into, holding this in place. And the reason this one never got sold is you can see this dark line here. He considered it a cosmetic defect and decided to keep this one and make it his beater. So this one is beat to shit, as you can see. There is some scratches. I actually tried a baton with this a little bit, which is, there's a little bit of wood residue still on the back here. I have to clean this up. But you can see there's some vertical scratching going on from being in and out of the sheath, especially on this side here. This isn't all from the sheath. I'm sure it was scratched up before. As Jordan said, this was his shop knife. He did put a screaming edge on this before sending it out. It's still incredibly sharp, even in this area where I kind of batoned with it, and I can just feel like a little bit of, not rolling, but like just a little bit of like a burr. It's still catching my finger and wanting to bite in. So I can tell you, if you're getting a knife from him, you're going to get an incredible edge on it. Apologies for the quick interruption there, but as I was saying, you're going to get a screaming edge when you get a knife from Jordan. And you can see a kind of an alternate logo here, the knives with the little lightning bolt there, little nod to his welding profession. But yeah, this one is carbon fiber mounted over orange G10 with this partial liner model. And you can see it says Arc and Iron on the spine here. Or on the tang, I guess I should say, because this would be considered the spine. As I said, this is Magna Cut. You have some nice aggressive jimping right here. Very aggressive. Really grabs the thumb with no problems there. And this leads to a quite comfortable grip with this gun stock pattern here. You know, he calls it the Flintlock because it kind of resembles the stock of a Flintlock rifle. And it's nice and long. I have large hands. I wear a large size glove. And you can see I have plenty of room on this. At first I thought, oh, maybe that's going to be a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's a little long. But I actually ended up really enjoying this when you're kind of sat up towards the finger choil area right here. You might think you're kind of far from this, but what ends up happening is kind of my pointer finger kind of takes the lead and goes up ahead the rest of my hand. And even if I choke everything up, you're still really comfortable on there. And the extra length is kind of welcomed. It's nice. It's not necessary. I think this could be, just a little shorter in the hand. And he would have both a little bit more of a compact model here. If he did shorten that up a little bit, just maybe raise this up a touch. And then you can drop this, I guess it's like the butt of the stock. That could come up a little higher, just kind of scrunch everything down. I think is an option, but certainly not necessary. If I'm all the way down into that gun stock, you can see the jimping's a little hard to reach, but the ergos are really good either way. choked up or choked down. As I said, the jimping is really nice, really aggressive. 1/8 inch Magna Cut that has a flat grind that gets really thin. And as I said, with the edge he put on this, this absolutely glided through paper. It was a really nice EDC type of knife, and you can see the cant that this obviously has to it. The blade is completely canted downward from the way you're going to be gripping the knife. So the blade, the tip of the blade is at least out kind of by your knuckles. You know, I can almost touch the tip of the blade and my knuckles to the table at the same time. So when with a pointer finger on the spine, this is really nice. You can get way out in front of you here, and you don't have to kind of jam at an angle. You have this front belly to work with that if you're opening boxes or doing whatever with it, is really nicely set up. Now I do want to move on to the sheath really quick. It's a very simple sheath. You can see it is like 2-part construction pinned together with these rivets. He has the soft loop over the top, which actually is working as the retention in this case, and is holding on the belt loop as well. The nylon webbing belt loop, which you can see is riveted on. But I want to take this off to kind of show off the sheath a little bit. There is a drainage hole cut into it. I was going to say there is no drainage hole, but there is. It's on the back side. And without that strap across, you'll see that this has essentially no retention. There's a little bit, but you're not getting a lot. It does kind of click in, but it's loose and it can come out quite easily. When the soft loop is closed over the top, though, if I can get it to snap shut, I always struggle with these and I don't understand why. There we go. You still have a little bit of that wiggle, but it's certainly a lot harder to pull that out. And you're getting much better retention because this is just adding some compression to that area. Now, some things that I wish were a little different is maybe some kind of thumb ramp. A thumb ramp would be really nice to get this out because as it stands, this nylon webbing, which he did switch to a stiffer nylon webbing, which is nice to see. This one kind of gives like this when you go to pull the knife out. So it didn't provide the strongest pinch point to pull this out of the sheath, but I still think a little bit of a thumb ramp would be nice, and just a little bit different style of Kydex sheath. I think the ability to mount this either with 2 soft loops in kind of a scout carry style, or use the nylon loop would be really nice. Another thing that would fit this really nicely, which is mounted on this Creek hopper from Barn and Brooks Supply, is this ulti clip. This ulti clip could go on right there onto these 2 holes, and that clip would sit up here, allow you to carry this in the pocket. And if with a thumb ramp, you could deploy this really easily from the pocket, and then you'd have a nice, pretty nicely sized fixed blade for pocket carry. So I think that's something that could be a little bit different, but it is worth mentioning that he is doing a new stiffer nylon webbing for the belt loop. But yeah, I think little thumb ramp and some more retention on this sheath would be really nice. Not relying on this loop to give you that tension would be ideal. Even if the sheath had a bigger footprint, that's okay. I think that's well worth it to add, I don't know, half an inch, quarter inch of more Kydex on this side to have some more rivets in there, and a thumb ramp I think would be totally worth it. Or if you just did a fold over, like I guess it's a taco style sheath. Pancake's the one where they put 2 layers on top. But yeah, if you did a taco style where you did a fold over and all your rivets on this side, then I think that would be plenty, because then you could peel back this area here to add your thumb ramp, which, like I said, I think this does really need. Even with a stiffer webbing, I just like it. I think it's something beneficial that really helps get a knife out of Kydex. So that's something that I would look for on a knife, and I'm hoping that Jordan does that in the future. These are going to be, this and one other knife are going along to Justified EDC next, and he is a fixed blade guy, so my opinion only carries so much weight, because I don't carry fixed blades super often, though I do enjoy them. He is a fixed blade guy, so I'm excited to hear what what he has to say about them over there at Justified EDC. But with that, this was a really great performer, and the things I don't like about it are really minor and things that can be changed over time. Nothing is stopping you from, if he decides to make the changes to the sheath that I mentioned, nothing stops you if you own one of these already to send it back to him and have another sheath made. I'm not saying he would do it for free or anything like that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to get things changed for little things like that. But it certainly doesn't need it, just a preference thing. Overall, though, the Flintlock from Arc and Iron Knives was really cool, and I'm really thankful for Jordan from Arc and Iron for sending it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this one. Please check him out on Instagram. I will try and link him down below. And if I don't forget, you're looking at the name that you look up, just Arc and Iron Knives, and you will find him. So big shout out to him. Thank you again for sending this along, and thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.